Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up your levels so that you can share them across your charts for the same symbol, for the same instrument. So what you need to do to set this up with MarketDelta and Investor RT is use something called vhash variables. So if you go to setup, then user variables in the file system, you should then see a box like this open up. Now mine are already set up, so yours might not look exactly like this, but you should have vhash 1 through to 20 available, and then you've also got some others there, thash variables that are available. Now basically these are user variables and you can use them for many different things within MarketDelta and Investor RT. And one of the things that I like to use them for is to actually share levels across charts, so you don't have to sit there and draw your levels on your longer time frame and your shorter time frame charts and your footprints. You just make your adjustments on one chart, it makes the adjustments on all the charts, which saves you a hell of a lot of time, makes it a lot easier to work with. So basically, firstly, you want to go ahead and label your levels. I use 10 levels at most. So if you need to use more, fair enough, you can add more in. But I use 10 levels at most for most products. Some products that I don't trade or observe that much, maybe just 4 levels. But the main ones that I trade, I'll have at least 4 to 5 levels to work with. So to be able to work with that, I need at least vhash 1 through to vhash 10. So I've just labeled these as buy zones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and sell zones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can go ahead and just change the title here in this column. Now keep the display format to instrument, which is basically going to be used to be able to share these levels across your charts for each instrument. So once you've done that and you've added them all in, just press OK, save that. Now then you actually have to go ahead and also set up a new quote page. Now I've already got one set up, but you can just go to hit the quote page option here and you can create a new quote page. So if you go to quote page there, just hit new, you can actually create a fresh new one. So what you want to do is add the ticker symbol in, the code for each product that you want to list. Now you would have to remove all of these columns that are put in automatically, delete them, and you go through them, and then you can actually, once you've removed all the columns that you don't need, which will basically be all of them, you go through each, right click, delete column, right click, delete column, and once that is done, you can then go ahead and add column, and you basically have to add these columns vhash 1. It's probably best to start at vhash 10 and then apply and work your way up. Okay, so what you'll get is basically these columns showing up for each vhash variable. Now this is where you can actually assign the numbers by just typing them in. So you can actually assign the levels, the price for each symbol just by typing them in. Now if I go ahead and actually put, say for example the Euro stocks here, you can actually see the levels already coming in because I've already got them on the charts. Now by default, because you wouldn't have already drawn your levels, if you're setting this up from scratch, you won't have anything in there. So I would just say put some numbers in that are very close to where the current market price is, and then you'll get some levels actually showing up on your charts. Now saying that, you actually have to attach your lines on your chart to these variables. Okay, so please bear with me, you might need to watch this through a number of times before you really get the hang of it. But basically, once it's all done, you want to save that quote page as well. I just call it my levels. So you'll notice I've already got one called my levels. If I open that up, you'll see that it looks like this. So I've already got the DAX, the XG hash, EX hash, which is Euro stocks. I've even got the Euro in there. ES hash, which is the E-mini S&P, NQ hash, which is the NASDAQ, YM hash, which is the mini Dow. So you can see I've got levels already put in for all of these products. And I've already set up sell zone 1 to 5 and buy zone 1 to 5. So that's already there. So you can actually type in the levels initially. Okay, so you need that in place for the next step to work. Now, the next step is actually to add your levels on the chart. So as you can see, I've already added mine. So I don't want to have to undo all of this, but you can see what I've done is basically I've added like sell zones and buy zones. Now what it is basically just a horizontal line. So you can use the toolbar, here to draw a horizontal line. That's a reference line. Okay, so you can use that, put that in. You can put it in anywhere. Then you can actually manipulate what it actually looks like. Okay, so you can actually change like the shading, the color, you can change the width of it, etc. So you can play around with what the level actually looks like. And as you can see, I've got a, like a band rather than just one line. I like to see mine as sort of zones. So I thicken these up a little bit. But basically this is where you assign that line on your chart, that reference line, to the vhash variable. You go ahead and set the actual reference line to use the vhash variables. So what you want to do is add one horizontal line, reference line, for each one of these vhash variables. So you go ahead and start with buy zone 1, vhash 1, add another line on the chart for vhash 2, another line on the chart for vhash 3, etc. And you go through that process until you've got them all on your chart. Now, once you've got them on one chart, it's just a matter of right clicking and you can actually just copy, and then you go to another chart. Let's say I want to add this onto the footprint. Now I've already got it there, but let's say I want to add it there. I'll just go ahead and right click and paste. Okay, now another way to do it is you can just drag and drop. You can highlight that and just drag it and drop it onto the footprint chart. And you can do the same from your longer time frame chart to the shorter time frame chart. So you just drag that actual level and then drop it onto your shorter time frame chart. So you can use copy and paste or drag and drop, which is a nice little handy tool. So then you'll have all your charts connected through the vhash variables, or all your levels will be connected. And you can actually modify them just on, like for example, if you look at the Euro stocks here, I've got a level there. If I modify this level on the longer time frame chart and put it up, you can see it moves on the footprint. Okay, if I move that to this LVN right here, you can see it moves up there on the footprint. So I don't have to actually then sit there and modify the levels manually on a footprint chart. It's already done. I just move my levels on my longer time frame and shorter time frame charts, already done on the footprint chart. So it's very, very handy. Hope you find it useful, just as useful as I have. It really does save a lot of time.